This person did everything right, worked hard, studied, followed the rules, and still can't afford the life they were promised because the American dream wasn't just lived, it was exported, it was marketed. For decades, millions of people across the world shared the same dream, the American dream. It wasn't just an idea inside America, it was exported to the world through movies, through university, through job opportunities, and through stories of people who arrived with nothing and made it big. America didn't just sell products, it sold a lifestyle. But today, millions, both immigrants and citizens, are asking the same question. What happened when a country sells a dream but could no longer deliver it the same way? What if American dream was never just a dream? It was a product sold to the world, and today numbers behind it could no longer add up. Selling the dream. After World War II, the United States emerged as the most powerful country on the world, but it didn't dominate the world the empires usually do. Instead of colonizing territories, America colonized imagination. Hollywood movie, television shows, music video, advertisements. They all told the same story. A good life looked like this, happiness and success looked like this. And the message was subtle but powerful. Consumption equals freedom. This message didn't stop at America's border. It reached Asia, Europe, Africa, and Latin America. The American dream became global. This wasn't accident. Political scientists call this soft power, the ability to influence others not through force but through attraction. During the Cold War, this became a weapon. On one side was the Soviet model, collective discipline, scarcity, and sacrifice. On the other was the American model, choice, abundance, and individual freedom. The contrast was cinematic. One system looked grey and rigid, and the other looked colorful and alive. For immigrants, this message hit even harder. US wasn't just a country, it was an escape from poverty, from political instability, from limited opportunity. To millions, US wasn't perfect, but it felt possible, and the belief powered the largest wave of migration in modern history. Why the dream once worked. Here is the part that often gets ignored. For a long time, the American dream actually worked. From 1940s to the early 1970s, wages rose with productivity, housing was affordable, education was accessible, healthcare costs were manageable. A single income could support a family. Upward mobility wasn't guaranteed, but it was common. This is America many immigrants heard about from their parents, relatives, and community stories. The success stories were in myths. It was economic reality once. So what changed? Before we move on to the next part, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Simply Aware, share and hype this video so I will get the motivation for making more content like this. The moment the math broke. Around the early 1970s, something changed. Productivity kept rising. Corporate profit exploded, the economy kept growing, but the wages stopped keeping up. This wasn't a small gap. Over decades, it became a chasm. Workers produced more value than ever, but received a shrinking share of it. To maintain the lifestyle they were promised, households turned to debt, credit card, student loan, mortgages stretched to the limit. The dream didn't disappear, it became financed. The three pillars that collapsed. Housing. In the mid-20th century, housing was a foundation. Housing was always the foundation of American dream. Buy a house, build equity, pass something on. Today, it's a barrier. Home prices have risen far faster than income. Rent consumes a growing share of earning. Mortgages rate increased. Rent keep rising. In many cities, owning a home requires dual high income, family wealth, or long-term debt. For young Americans and new immigrants alike, home ownership is no longer delayed, it is often out of reach. Education from ladder to depth. Education was once the great equalizer. It was once the ladder up. The US sold itself as a place where the best education led to the best opportunities. Now it's one of the largest sources of debt. Tuition cost increased, student loans became unavoidable. So instead of starting adult life with opportunity, many start with student debt. Degree that once guaranteed security now offers uncertainty. This affects both citizens and immigrants, and it affects entire generations' ability to save, invest, and take risks. When education becomes debt instead of mobility, the dream slows down. Healthcare. In most developed countries, healthcare is a public good. In America, it is a financial risk. Getting sick isn't just a health issue, it is an economic one. Insurance is complex, coverage is fragile, and costs are unpredictable. For immigrants, this creates constant anxiety. One accident, one diagnosis, one emergency, and years of effort can vanish. Cultural signals of a broken system. When a system stops working, culture reacts first. Known patterns begin to shift. Young people delay marriage, children, and home ownership. Not because they don't value these things, but because they can't afford them. New trends emerge: minimalism, fan life, gig work framed as freedom. These aren't lifestyle choices, these are adaptations. People aren't rejecting the dream, they're adjusting to the reality. The immigrant reality check. Here is the paradox immigrants face today. Many arrive with expectations shaped by success story, media, family narratives, and while opportunities still exist, the margin for error has shrunk. On paper, the number looks impressive: high salary, strong currency, global prestige. But when you adjust for long working hours, visa uncertainty, high living cost, healthcare, housing, childcare, the picture changes. Many immigrants discover that earning more doesn't automatically mean living better. The system rewards income and punishes dependency on it. The dream still exists, but it demands more sacrifice for less stability. You must constantly earn to survive. Security isn't built, it's rented. Exporting a broken model. While US struggle with this reality, its model is still exported. Car-centric cities, debt-driven consumption, work culture tied to identity. Developing and developed countries alike continue copying the lifestyle without questioning its sustainability. The American dream remains powerful because the story is familiar. Even when the numbers don't work, the narrative still sells. The system shift. Here is the part that rarely gets discussed. American workers are more productive than ever. The economy is larger, technology is more advanced, but wages didn't rise at the same pace. Much of the economic gain went to corporate profit, asset ownership, top income groups, so the dream didn't disappear. It became uneven, accessible to some, distant for many. The question we avoid. So here is the question we rarely ask. If American dream no longer delivers security even in America, why is still the global standard of success? And more importantly, what kind of dream should replace it? Because chasing a promise that no longer exists isn't ambitious, it is stagnation. And the future belongs to those who brave enough to question the dream they inherited. If you grew up dreaming of America, or if you live there now, feel something has changed. You're not imagining it. The dream didn't vanish. The rules change. Comment below. The America has changed. If you want calm data-based explanation of global politics, power, and society, subscribe because understanding the system is the first step to navigate it.